With so many complex layers to their personality, the INFJ surely doesn't open up to just anyone. Layer by layer, the INFJ will slowly reveal themselves, but only to the people they genuinely trust. So, what does the INFJ require in order to feel comfortable enough to show their true colors? Welcome, or welcome back, psychos! Before we get into it, we'd love it if you liked and subscribed to our channel, as well as to click the post notification bell so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get right into it, starting with number 1, time and patience. The first and ultimately most important factor in earning an INFJ's trust is to patiently wait for them to analyze and observe the connection at their own pace. It may seem like a simple requirement, one that would hopefully be at the foundation of any new friendship. However, for the INFJ, this mental processing may take weeks, months, or even years depending on the type of connection. They can't just trust until proven otherwise, so deep analyzing is always a part of the process for INFJs when meeting new people. In fact, they need to be able to scope out who they're dealing with on their own terms, which usually includes reviewing the other person's behaviors towards others, the words they use, their perspective on worldly manners, and how they carry themselves overall. In fact, just when someone thinks they really know an INFJ, they can find themselves surprised when the INFJ reveals another aspect of themselves. This keeps relationships with this mysterious type intriguing and exciting, but only for those who are willing to wait. Number 2. Open-mindedness. While most INFJs can get along with all sorts of personality types, one thing that really sets the trustworthy ones apart is open-mindedness. INFJs know it requires a certain level of open-mindedness to understand their complex viewpoints and unorthodox way of thinking. And so, when they befriend someone who is able to understand their unique quirks in an unbiased and non-judgmental manner, as the INFJ does themselves, they automatically feel more comfortable and trusting of that person. Truth be told, INFJs are always testing the potentially trustworthy people they meet. If they get an inkling that someone may actually be on their level to some degree, they may test them by sharing something crazy about themselves or an odd perception in order to analyze their reactions. Flinch, judge, or ridicule, and the INFJ will know that person is probably not cut out for earning the necessary trust for this personality type to truly be themselves. Number 3. Genuine attentiveness. INFJs are amazing listeners, but when it comes to sharing about themselves, they're met with extreme hesitation. Aside from their concern of not being fully understood and the fear of miscommunicating their feelings, the INFJ is also aware that most people generally don't give a damn about what others have to say. In today's day and age, people much rather hear themselves talk than attentively listen. And usually, this is a good thing for this brain-picking personality type. However, when they happen to meet someone who shows genuine attentiveness, it can feel seriously refreshing and exciting for the INFJ who craves deep conversation. Not only that, but it just so happens to also be a major necessity for a truly trustworthy foundation. Having the skills to properly listen is one of the INFJ's make or break qualities in potential friends and partners because they know that if they don't set that expectation, they can easily slip into the role of therapist, which can only go on for so long. Number 4. Encouraging comfortable growth. The INFJ's perfectionistic nature, along with their deep imagination, drives them to constantly be on the road to self-improvement. They are always looking for ways they can grow their character and gain new life experiences. And when they're not improving themselves, they're usually found trying to improve others. And so, when someone is able to come along and patiently push them to better themselves, this rare personality type will feel a sense of confidence in the connection that they can't get elsewhere. Because INFJs are so used to being the ones to put their own needs and wants on the back burner to help the people around them, to have the roles reversed for once can provide a sense of security that can make all the difference in their lives. The most beautiful aspect of this rare quality is that not only do INFJs directly relate to the desire to help someone achieve their optimal potential, but they also appreciate the fact that someone has a genuine concern for their well-being. With patience and open-mindedness, combined with gentle shoves in the right direction, one is certain to gain points on the INFJ Trustometer. Number 5. Unique forms of self-expression. INFJs are drawn to people who are real and raw. No fronts and no facades. And so, when someone holds the confidence to express themselves in a unique and non-traditional fashion, INFJs can feel a sense of relation to that black sheep mentality. This sense of comfort and association with the odder things in life can instill a great sense of trust and connection for an INFJ. This is mostly because they so often feel a lack of genuine character and unapologetic expression in traditional settings. So, whether it be an unorthodox style of clothing, a mysterious nature, an unconventional lifestyle, an interesting hobby, you name it, the weirdos will always have a special place in the INFJ's heart, and with that, they usually win the INFJ's trust over someone who blindly conforms any day. Number 6. Consistent and predictable behavior. Contrary to the INFJ's seemingly unpredictable decisions at times, this personality type requires a sense of consistency and predictability in the people they trust. Aside from decision-making, the INFJ personality type looks for a consistency in behavior, energies, and dependability within their connections. Due to their highly empathetic nature, this sensitive type tends to pick up and absorb the energy of people around them. This makes new connections difficult enough to navigate, so when they find themselves surrounded by someone with roller coaster mood swings, everything can become all too intense. In fact, consistency isn't only required for a trusting relationship with an INFJ, but it's required for any type of long-lasting mutual connection with this type. This is because avoiding the inconsistent behaviors of others is one of the most important boundaries an INFJ can set in order to protect their empathetic gifts and a limited social battery life. So, INFJs look for the people who don't waver from who they are as people, no matter how ugly life can get. Number 7. Natural integrity. INFJs have a natural sense of integrity that they truly value about themselves. They live in accordance with their deepest values while staying honest and always keeping their word. And so, naturally, INFJs look for those same positive qualities in the people they trust. Having similar thought processing isn't necessary for an INFJ to lay down their guard, but similar morality is certainly important. Saying what you mean and meaning what you say is one thing, but this observant type wants to know that the people they're trusting don't just talk the talk, but that they actually walk the walk. If someone says they're going to do something, INFJs want to know that they don't need to worry about that something anymore, and that they won't have to do it themselves in the long run. They want to know that someone's judgments are sound, even if they don't necessarily agree on their opinions. They want to know that when they have someone's word on something, nothing will compromise that promise. And so, consequently, lack of integrity is a one-way ticket to INFJ distrust. But can you really blame them? And lastly, number 8, positivity and optimism. There's no doubt that INFJs can appreciate having a practical and rational person around when they're gifted one. But overall, INFJs tend to put their trust into people that can see the world through the lenses of optimism and enthusiasm. Patience, integrity, and open-mindedness are all great, but without a little sense of hope and optimism behind it all, trust becomes a tricky thing. Of course, they don't require a constant happy-go-lucky energy in order to feel someone is trustworthy. However, if someone is constantly down on themselves and low in energy with an overall doomed and gloomed outlook, INFJs may question their judgments temporarily. This imaginative type spends such a great deal of time thinking of possible future projections and what-ifs that a positive outlook can really ground an INFJ in their thinking process. Ultimately, this type can see the often overlooked beauty in the world, but may have a difficult time taking it for what it is, because of their constant poking and prodding for a deeper understanding. And so, when someone is able to bring light to an INFJ's ruminating imaginative scenarios, the INFJ will have no choice but to feel more at ease and supported in the connection. Well, psychos, that's it for today's video. So, what else do you require as an INFJ for someone to fully earn your trust? Let us know in the comments below. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share with your friends, and also subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a video.